Hello, 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 hello. I'm gonna adjust myself a bit. Sorry if you hear weird noises, like discombobulated. Hello, everybody. Hopefully, somebody will be able to tune in. I'm gonna give it a second or two. I'm gonna grab my water. All right, so if you're here, pop in, say hello. I'm gonna say something in the chat, like hi. So hopefully you all are doing well. I decided to go live today instead of normally the last, I think, 2 or 3 weeks I've been doing like a video that I premiere live, which has been fun. Last week was actually the first time somebody chatted with me on that, so that was fun. So, but seeing that today is the first day of a new month, first day of June, I was like, you know what? Today would be a perfect day to go live and actually like do a plan with me live. I have no idea how this is gonna go and how this is gonna work, but I was just like that's the idea that this morning, like I originally had something else planned and I was like, you know what? No, this is what's happening. So anyways, I hope that you all are well, whether you're watching live with me or watching later. Okay, so it's been about a minute and a half. I'm so impatient with this. Like I'm always like, I'm just ready to like jump in and like. So, anyways, y'all already know. Well, you may or may not know, but if you've been watching the last few weeks, y'all already know that I've launched a planner. I relaunched my online shop called SELAH. So I'm going to be using my planner to do the plan with me for June. But I did want to just show you guys what it looks like. So this is not the version I'll be using. I'm using the more behind the scenes version that if you guys watched that vlog and I got the Amazon printouts and they were like paperback, I decided to make use of those by using them for myself. And then I use any defective ones as well for myself. But this is the hardcover that I actually sell online and it's beautiful. I'm so proud of this thing, you guys. So I'm going to be using my 90-day planner. Like I said, I'll be using my little Amazon paperback version that I was testing out because I didn't want to waste anything. But this is what the actual physical hard copy looks like. So definitely click the link below and grab yours. I ship fairly fast as well, just so y'all know. Okay. So this is the one I'll be using for myself. And I'm actually at the end of it. So this is my last month. I'm super excited. I get to start a new planner next month. So this is awesome because again, in the past I couldn't stick to planners for very long. I would fall off. And then be like, God damn it, I wasted like 6 months of this shit. So anyways, yeah, okay. So one thing that you do get, I guess I'll just show you guys in here because I don't want to show my written stuff. I did this last night, but when you're in like the middle of the planner, I'm not going to show you the beginning. You can go to the SELAH YouTube channel for that if you want to see what it looks like to do the beginning steps of the planner. And I'll probably also do a plan with me for July as well. So you guys will get to see the beginning of the planner there. But you have a month in review after each month. And so what I did last night was my month in review. And so the month in reviews, they all start like this. They have, a pretty image with a quote. And then it's about 4 to 5 pages of questions where you get a lot of, you can see like how much space you get. You get a lot of space to really reflect on your month before you enter into the new one, because the goal of this is to really say, okay, what did I want? What did I intend to get done? What did I actually get done? What am I going to take with me into the next month? And who do I need to be in order to actually complete the things that maybe I didn't complete the last month? But then at the bottom of the last page, it actually ends with kind of an affirmation. I'll read it to you guys. That says, I accept, embrace, and forgive myself for any ways I may have let myself down. I am today the person I prayed for last month, and I am proud of who I am now and who I am becoming. It's now time to begin again. Hello, new month. So I really love doing this process because it allows you to let go of whatever happened or did not happen last month. So I already did this last night before I went to bed. So I'm not gonna like go run through this with you guys and like do this whole reflection thing because I feel like it would be redundant for me. So, but once you do complete that, you then, I'm like trying to get to the actual correct page. You then would go to, so this is where I am now, my planner, your monthly goals, and the beautiful quote here, learn to enjoy the process. So that's where I am in my planner now. And that's where we're going to just kind of begin. So one thing I want to mention with like setting goals, there's a lot more that goes into setting goals than just setting goals. There's a lot more than just like, even setting SMART goals is a great way to structure them and everything. But there's a lot more that I've been learning over the past year that goes into actually manifesting what you want. And I was like, going through this in my head, but I actually drew an image here. Can y'all see this? So basically here what you have is an emotional spectrum. So you think of it like how you have a spectrum, and on one side you may have negative, and then you have positive, and then in the middle you have the neutral choice 0 point. And essentially things that you want, when you get to the root of it, it's not just having the physical thing. Like, it's not just saying, oh, I want the love, I want the money, I want the relationships, I want the family, I want the house, I want the cars, I want the success or whatever. There's a deeper root to it. And that deeper root is, why do I want it, right? You know how a lot of self-help people talk about finding your why? And a lot of times people's whys will be things, I mean, it can be vain, right? It could be like, well, I want to lose weight because I want to look good and naked in the mirror and I want to love the way I look, right? Or it could be something that's less vain or whatever. And it's like, oh, I want to make money so that my kids can choose whatever college they go to, right? But there's something even deeper, and it's a feeling. So essentially, we go chase after things because we want to feel something. We're feelers. Like, we are intuitive beings. We're feeling beings. At the end of the day, we're constantly filtering and feeling information, energy, emotions, all of these things. And so we do because we want to feel, right? That's what we're here to do, to experience, to feel. So you have this large spectrum of feelings that you get to feel while you're here. And a lot of times the things that we desire to have are feelings that are on a part of this emotional spectrum that we don't get in touch with very often. So that's why I had, again, this drawing, because on the drawing I have what your comfort zone may be. So these may be the emotions you're comfortable feeling. So it may be, just your basic ones. I'm actually working on something where I walk you through step by step how I do all of this. But to get the gist, you have a comfort zone, right? Everybody talks about a comfort zone in self-help industry and motivational talks and all of that. They talk about a comfort zone and, oh, you have to get out of your comfort zone. Who's calling me? My mom, of course. But you have to be willing to get out of your comfort zone in order to get what you want, because oftentimes what you want is outside of your comfort zone. I always think about it like, if you have a kingdom and you're wanting to expand your territory to include the mountains and the beaches and the landscapes and the valleys, and right now all you have is this your current kingdom, and you're wanting to enlarge it. It always reminds me of the Bible verse from the prayer of Jabez, where it's about like, enlarge my territory and protect me and all of these different things. That's what always like, enlarge my oh my God, I don't know if you guys ever heard like that song. That verse is in my head for life because it would repeat over and over and over again. But that's beyond the point. So anyways, you have how people say you need to get out of your comfort zone to get what you want. Ultimately, you want to feel certain things that you don't currently feel. And you feel that those things, those physical things, are going to help you to feel those things that you're looking to feel. And again, it's a spectrum. It's an emotional spectrum. So the really trippy part about it is like you're already feeling the things you want to feel now. You're just feeling it at a different part of the spectrum. That's freaking trippy as hell. And that's something that's still like, I'm just like, what the fuck? Every time I think about it, this is just my life. But anyways, like I was saying, you have an emotional spectrum, and all of the things that you currently have in your life are represented by the feelings you currently feel in your life. And you may feel, a variety of negative feelings and a variety of positive feelings. It depends on how big or small your current emotional comfort zone is at this point in time. And the goal is basically, if you want to have, like, say you want to have this much money in your bank account versus how much you may have now, well, having, let's say you want $10,000 in your bank account, and right now maybe you have 500, that's going to pull you out of your comfort zone of having $500 in your bank account. But deeper than that, like I said, is the feeling. So it's kind of, how do you feel right now about money, about your bank account, about having $500, about having $10,000? It's getting to the root of how you feel now, and then getting to the root of how you think you're going to feel when you have the 10K. And then that basically creates your starting point, where your comfort zone currently is, and then your finish line, right? Whatever your goal is. And so in between that is like all of these little steps that you have to take in order to get there. And this is where like a lot of The Secret and positive thinking and all these manifestation, law of attraction tools can kind of come in. Your things like visualization and affirmations and scripting, and all of these things can help you to tap into the feeling that you want to feel, right? Because ultimately, I wrote this down too. I was just having all kinds of aha moments when I was writing all this stuff down. But ultimately, in order for you to get from where you are to where you want to be, in order for you to expand your comfort zone, because again, remember, this is about enlarging your territory, right? So if you're a kingdom and you want to have all of the grasslands over there for whatever reason, because you feel like they're going to produce XYZ for your kingdom, you have to expand your kingdom so that it now includes the grasslands. You can't just say, I want it, and then that's it. You have to expand your kingdom. So how do people tend to expand their kingdoms? Like back in the day, whether it was through acquiring land, through purchasing of land, or through wars, or whatever the case is, right? There were steps that needed to be taken. It is literally the same with you expanding your comfort zone as far as your emotional spectrum, because again, everything is energy. Everything stems from energy first, right? Physical things are just a denser form of energy. And so everything stems from the internal at the end of the day, from the spiritual, from energy. So if you want to have XYZ, you first have to be able to feel it. If you want to have the 10K in your bank account, you have to be able to feel it, feel what it feels like to have that 10K. And not just feel it for a brief second, but you have to be able to sustain and hold that feeling. Does that make sense? And so really the goal of expanding your territory, the goal of moving from your comfort zone to where you want to be, is you have to practice feeling what you want to feel, so that you're ready when you're given the action to take, and you're able to take it because you've expanded enough to be able to sustain whatever it is you're being told to do. And so that's how you begin to take these steps. So I wanted to preface like this whole plan with that, because that's the way that I set my goals. I found that when I just said, okay, well, I want XYZ, let me set the goal, let me break it down into the steps, and then let me put my steps throughout my months and my years and my weeks and whatever, I could not consistently work towards those goals. And that's because I was missing a major piece of it. So all of that structure, setting SMART goals, that is on point. That is key. You do need that structure. But before a lot of us just tend to jump from desire to action habit. And that's not how it works. There's a major piece in the middle that we're missing, and that's that practice. That's that preparation. It's how I used to always talk about sowing and reaping, and how there's that blank space of time called and between sowing in between the reaping. You have and in the middle, and everybody wants to skip the and. They want to skip the preparation. They want to skip the hard work. They want to skip the actually tapping into the energies or to the emotions that you are looking to feel. It's like when somebody wins the lottery, but they've never had that amount of money in their life. A lot of times people who win the lottery, what happens to them? They fall off the face of the earth, basically. All of a sudden, all the money's gone. They are in more debt than what they started with, and they wish they had never won it. And the reason for that is because they were not emotionally ready to hold that amount of money. They'd never felt that amount of energy within them before. Again, you think about the spectrum of energy, they've never been on this end of the spectrum before. They've always just kind of been here. And so now all of a sudden they're thrown into this and you expect them to be able to hold it. It's not going to happen. What's going to happen is it's going to blip really quick and they're going to bounce right back. And they might bounce back further than where they started, So again, this is how I set my goals. It's very important to me. And this is what has been the game changer for me in actually going from, okay, let's just set the goals to no, let's actually work towards them consistently and let's actually have them happen. So again, that's what this is all about. And again, I don't know if y'all remember, I came out with Book of Life earlier this year. I think it was like January, February, something like that. And that was the course where I shared my system to goal setting. And so I'm actually going to be doing a huge upgrade to that. And I'm hoping I'll be able to launch it within the next couple months with the major upgrade, which is going to include this piece of the actual preparation piece. Because I had the sowing part and I had the reaping part where you sow the desire, you choose what you want, you make the plan, and then I had the part where you actually lay out your plans and everything. But I was missing that key piece of like, how do you do the thing in between? So again, I just wanted to make that, make that clear with you guys first, before I go in and start setting my personal goals for June. So again, for me, it's about feeling. And it's about, what do I want to feel? Because if I can feel that, then I can have it. If I can feel wealthy, then I can have wealth. If I can feel healthy, I can have health. If I can feel love, then I can have love. If I can feel success, then I can have success. It's not, let me go chase after the thing and get the thing first so that I can feel it. Okay? That's how we typically do things around here in life. That's how a lot of people tend to do things. We go chase after the thing because we want the feeling. So we say, if I go chase after this, if I go chase the bag, if I go chase the person, if I go chase the money, the business, the car, the home, if I go chase the physical thing, then I'll feel the actual emotional, energetic thing I want to feel. And it's backwards. It can work that way, but it's a lot more work. And a lot of times you don't actually reach it. There was a study done that said that apparently only 8% of people in the world actually fulfill their goals, actually meet their goals. That's astounding. That is crazy. 8% of people. That means there's a whole whopping 92% of us that don't ever reach their goals, that are constantly in this state of, I'm striving for, I'm working towards XYZ, and don't actually attain it. And I can tell you the reason is because we've been doing it freaking backwards. We've been jumping from I want it to let me chase it and have it. And we've been eliminating the whole middle piece, the whole getting your, it's like how, what is it, law of attraction people say, making your frequency, matching the frequency, right? But there is work that's involved in that. It's not just affirmations. It is not just visualization. It's not just scripting. It's not just speaking to water and putting it in a bottle and drinking it. It's not just using crystals or doing full moon or new moon rituals. These are all nice, wonderful physical representations to remind you to tap into that energy you want to feel. But that's not all the work. There's a lot of just emotional processing and things that need to happen on an inner level before you can actually have what you want and not just have it, but hold it, sustain it, keep it in your life without a struggle. Okay? Because like it's not just I want 10,000 in my account. I want 10,000 in my account at all times. I want that to be the minimum that's in my account. Can I keep $10,000 minimum in my account? Right? That would be the goal versus I just want 10,000 in my account. Because then what happens when you hit the 10,000? Can you keep it? And keeping it means that you're constantly making more so that your minimum remains that. Understand? So again, that's how I see goal setting. That's how I do goal setting. It's much more powerful, mystical, magical way of setting your goals that really, it just, you fully feel it throughout your whole body. You know, it's an experience to have. So that's how I set my goals, and that's how we're going to be working towards setting my, we're doing a plan with me, right? So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to get my, I don't know where I just had a brand new pen because I go through pens like water, guys. So I'm going to, I actually already kind of did this so that I wouldn't be sitting here like formulating and tabulating. So I already wrote them down on paper, like what my focuses for the month are. And keep in mind, so for me, again, this is about not just taking action. This is also about what is it I'm looking to feel and getting into that space of feeling that feeling. So there's a mix of habits that I want to focus on this month, along with actual like goal steps that I want to complete this month. So for me, and this is something that I will be, once Book of Life is opened back up again, I'll be going in depth on, is I have 5 major areas. I call them like my visions that I am working towards. And there is no set time frame on them per se, because they're major goals. So I have the area of family, home, what else? Money, me, and travel. So those are my 5 major things that are huge priorities to me at this moment in my life, right? And these are large like visions. So some of them are things like making 6 figures, right? That's something that could happen in the next 6 months. It could happen in 3 months. It could happen in a year. You know, so I'm not putting a definite timeline on the overall vision, but I do have timelines for these smaller parts of that vision, because I then break that vision down into my steps that I want to complete. That kind of gives me a timeline, right? But with structure comes flow. That's one major thing I've learned. You can try to put a timeline on God, but God is going to blow your mind every time, because you're going to think that something was supposed to happen at this time frame, and God's going to be like, no, I actually wanted it to happen at this time. Right? So it's all about inspired action, and it's all about being prepared for when that action is called forth from you. So the things that I've chosen to focus on this month, I'm so excited. So one of the things for me when it comes to both me, my me vision, and my family vision, is making sure that I am healthy. And so y'all know, like since like last year, September, I've been working out in some way, so some sort of way or fashion. I started out with weight training in September of 2020. Actually, even before that, I was doing all kinds of shit. But I dedicated myself to 3 months of weightlifting, weight training. In September of 2020, I succeeded and completed that. And then I decided to start another round. But then in that round, I fell off, because I'm human and it happens. And I found that I fell off because I wasn't as excited about it anymore. So that's where that discipline and everything comes in. And that's where tapping into the feeling comes in. So a goal for me when it comes to my health is I actually wanted to fall in love with exercise rather than just like make it this is just I'm just going to do it kind of thing. So there's somebody I found on YouTube. Her name is Grow with Joe, and she does these like at home step walking kind of workouts. So, anyways, I fallen in love with doing those, and that was a way to help me get my steps that I needed from my workout plan, because my workout plan was 3 days a week of weight training, but then I had to do 10,000 steps as well. And I found that doing her workouts, I get 5,000 steps in like one shot, which is like mind blowing. Which literally puts me in the 8 to 10,000 range that I was looking to be in. So, one of my goals for June was to be doing her workouts around 4 to 5 times a week so that I could start hitting my steps, because that was an area I really struggled with when it came to my strength training. So that's something that I'm going to write down. And so that's one of the things when I say like it's more of a habit than a let's just get this project done this week. So for me, one of those things is okay, I need to then schedule 4 to 5 days during the week. So mostly likely like Monday through Friday, where I set a time and I go in front of my TV and I pick a workout from her channel and I do one. You know what I'm saying? So that's something I'm in my monthly goals. And I'm in the month of June for myself. And the cool thing about this planner, side note, is that it's undated. So you can start at any time. You can start your 90 days at any point in the year. It does not matter when you start. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down in my planner that I want to need my pen to work. See, I get a brand new pen and now it doesn't want to work. I want some bowl. All right, not meant for me. I'll just use my old pen. Okay, so and now this pen doesn't want to work. Okay, here we go. Do Grow with Joe. I don't know if you guys have heard of her, but her workouts are great. They're really fun and she's super cute. So do Grow with Joe exercises. I'm just going to say 5 days a week because I really enjoy her stuff. So I'm going to say 5 days a week. And then the added thing that I decided I was going to add on, because I bought this waist trainer from Amazon. There's one that I actually want from, I forget her name on Instagram, but it's like, I decided I was going to try out the Amazon one first. And I actually found that it really helps with bloating and with water retention in the belly. But I haven't been wearing it consistently. And so I decided that this week or this month, what I was going to do, since I'm already doing the workouts Monday through Friday, that I'm going to wear the waist trainer while I work out. So this is another key when it comes to setting your goals or habits for the month. Try your best to combine as many things as possible so that, like, for example, I'm working out, getting my steps at the same time while also wearing a waist trainer, rather than making it more complex and saying, oh, well, I need to go and do a 5,000 step walk, and then I need to do my workout, and then I also need to wear my waist trainer. Make sense? So one thing I found, at least for me, because I'm like the queen of making things more complex and difficult than they need to be, is combine as many things as you can as possible together. I have another thing like that I have up here, which is drinking this herbal tea that I have. But I also take sea moss, and it's like, okay, well, I could take the sea moss separately and try to figure out a way I'm going to take it, whether it's through smoothies or whatever, and then drink my tea. But I could also combine them and put the sea moss in my tea and drink that every day. And I'm basically killing two birds with one stone. So when it comes to different habits and things that you want to create in your life, when you can find a way to weave different habits together so that you're doing them all essentially at one time, chef's kiss. Perfect. So again, I'm writing, do the Grow with Joe exercises 5 days a week with waist trainer on. So again, this is going to only help me out because it's something that I enjoy doing that gets me 5,000 steps minimum in a workout session. And then I can also add on wearing my waist trainer, which is just going to help me create a more stable, posture while working out, and also will help me to sweat a little bit more. It's mostly water weight that you end up losing with it, but hey, It actually does work if you wear it, consistently. So there's that. I have another goal, another habit, because y'all know I'm all about this whole fertility cycle and things because I do want to have children. So I've really been for the last 5 years really focused on tracking my fertility, keeping up with that, um, getting to learn my body even more, and then making slight changes in my diet or in my just things that I do to see how it affects my cycle. So for me right now, it would be tracking my cycle daily, which is something I already do. So that's easy for me. And then the added things is drinking this tea that I make with my sea moss, which I also make, but I technically get it from my brother-in-law because he's amazing, and I'll have to link his website's almost done, so I have to link that down below for you guys. So I'm gonna write that down, and so that hits the goal of family for me. So how I have the vision of having children in the future and expanding my family, the thing that I can do right now, because again, this is what I forgot to mention. So when I have a spiritual side to my goal and I have the physical. Right now, what I'm sharing with you guys is the physical. These are the physical actions that I will be taking because these are the actions that I've already been directed to do, right? Because a lot of times how things work is God will give you, or whatever you call God. Um, I don't know who that is that's calling me now. Um, God will give you an action to take, and a lot of times you do everything to avoid taking that action. A lot of times it's because you just don't feel ready, or there's some fear around it, natural fear because it's requiring you to expand your comfort zone. So the key is don't get stuck in the how you're going to get from A to B. Start with whatever action you know you're meant to be taking right now, like exactly what you know, like right? Like if you want to say like, oh, okay, I want to have 10K in my account. Well, you know that in order to have 10K in your account, you have to increase your income. You probably at this point already know exactly what you need to be doing. You're just not doing it, right? So that's where the spiritual half comes in. But right now, what we're doing is we're just writing down the physical stuff. So let me shut my mouth for like 2 seconds. But while I'm writing this down, for those of you who are watching, be brave and comment what are your goals for 2021 or for June 2021? Like, what things do you want to have complete? What projects are you working on? What habits do you want to focus on? It could be a couple things, it could be really simple. So let me write this down. Okay, so the next thing I have is I actually want to expand the brand awareness for SELAH because I want to completely sell out of my planners this month. That is a major goal. So this is something that's not a habit. It's an actual goal step. It's an actual physical action that I can then break down into specific steps of what I actually need to take. So for me, this goes into my money vision. So I've already done, what was it, my a part of my me/family vision, and now I'm working on my money vision. And so this part is increasing income. I increase my income when I sell more planners, correct? Yeah, duh. So how do I sell more planners? I already know what I need to be doing. I need to increase the brand awareness. People need to actually know I'm out here. And so I plan on doing that mostly through TikTok and Instagram, but I'm going to be reusing all of the content I create on TikTok and also posting it to the YouTube channel as a YouTube short for the SELAH channel, and also on the Facebook page. So that's one way. Is I've really been studying TikTok a lot and recognizing the value in it beyond just getting lost in the scrolling of the For You page. But I've also seen how it can take a brand from being unknown to being at least somewhat known when the person is consistently posting, 3 times a day, all kinds of stuff like that. So I'm going to be focused on content creation for TikTok, then sharing that to the various social media accounts, and then also focusing on Facebook and Instagram ads. Those are the two ways that I'm going to be really focusing this month on expanding my brand's awareness so that people know that I exist and they know that I have a planner and that I have a great planner at that, and that it's something that they can and will buy. So I'm going to write that down. So again, like I said, this is a mix of actual habits and then physical actions to take. So expand SELAH brand awareness. Also, big key, don't give yourself too much to do. Learn from me. It's best to plan out your month when you're in a neutral state. Do not do it when you're at a low, and do not do it when you're at a high. Because when you're at a low, you're often going to feel like you can't do anything. And then when you're at a high, you're going to feel like you can do everything. Not that you can't. You're powerful enough to do everything that you want, right? But you have to take it in steps. So you undercommit when you're at your low, you overcommit when you're at a high. When you're at neutral, you're able to see very clearly, and you're just like, this is, in reality, this is what I can realistically get done in 30 days, right? So let's just be real, okay? Be realistic. Okay, so via TikTok and ads. So I'm going to just make a side note, sell rest of planners. And those of you who have purchased, thank you so much, by the way. I hope that you guys are really enjoying your planners. Okay, so the next thing, which also deals with money, is me updating the homepage for the SELAH website. So that's that's not a habit. It's just an action. Like, just get this done at some point this month. Yup. And then another thing for SELAH, because this is my money generating machine here, right? Is there's some things in the back end or behind the scenes that I'm working on. One of them I mentioned to you is relaunching the Book of Life course in a more updated format. So those of you who are in the course, y'all are automatically going to get this update, which is great for you because the price will be going up from what it is. So yeah, you guys are lucking out for sure. But there's also another product. I'm not telling you what it is. There's another product I want to be working on behind the scenes that I want to be releasing soon. So I'm just going to make sure that I write continue Book of Life course update and secret product. I'm going to write the actual product though. You guys will get to see the behind the scenes on that when I actually launch it. That's like one of my rules right now. So another thing with money, there's a lot with money because right now I would say money is probably like one of my top priorities. Just because there's a lot that I want to do, and what I want to do requires money. So one of the things is I enrolled in a course and I actually want to complete it. So I want to start doing a lot of the practices and exercises that revolves around money. So changing your money mindset and things like that. So I'm going to write that down. And then I'm also planning on taking a first step towards increasing my credit score, because I'm trying to get to like the 800 club. Forget the 700 club, right? I'm trying to get to the 800 club. So I've been given steps already. I've been given guidance, and I know what steps I need to take. And so one of those steps is something I want to make sure I get done this month. So I'm going to write that down. And then another thing with money, there's a lot with money because right now I would say money is probably like one of my top priorities. So one of the things is I enrolled in a course and I actually want to complete it. So I want to start doing a lot of the practices and exercises that revolves around money. So changing your money mindset and things like that. So I'm going to write that down. And then another money another money goal is there's a website I want to build for my husband does graphic design, okay? Does branding, all that websites, logo, building your entire brand, right? So I'm actually part of his team. So I'm going to be building out the website for him while he focuses on the client work. So that's something that I want to get done this month. Now, I know for you guys that may sound like I'm doing a lot. It takes me like maybe a week to 2 weeks max to build a website. So I've learned a lot from my husband. So I've gotten very fast. I have a whole like set way of doing things. So I don't know if I'm just saying build or begin the build. I don't know if it'll be completed this month, but that would be the ultimate goal um, for that. Man, and I am getting hungry, guys. So I'm going to try to speed this up. But thanks to you, thanks to those of you who chose to hang with me today, because this has been fun. Um, Okay, so build that site. Okay, so now I'm moving into the me category. So the health stuff that I already mentioned had to do with the me category as well. And so the vision that I have for me is really what that category is. This is about um, things like my appearance, my inner health, my spiritual health, my intellectual health, all of these things, just taking care of me. It's like basically like self care category. So one of the things I want to focus on this month is doing some sort of learning daily. That was something that I wasn't like I missed reading books, and like last week I started reading out on my patio because the weather's just been gorgeous, minus the rainy periods. But I've been enjoying reading, and I forgot how much I love just reading like actual physical books outside and getting sunshine at the same time. That's again me mixing different things there. Um, so that's something that I want to do this month for self care. Another thing is I wanted to get my nails done this month because my mom, like months ago, gave me gift certificates to this really awesome nail tech artist. I guess that's what you. Anyways, and so I haven't used them yet, and I just keep avoiding it, and then at the same time I keep complaining how I don't like. Oh, I wish I could just do more grooming and get more services done, and it's like God is like, hello, do I need to smack you with a 2x4 or something? You literally have gift certificates sitting here. Use them. So I want to schedule an appointment with her this month to get my nails done. I want to get like gel on my nails and have them last a long time and like feel all girly and shit. Um, so I want to do some sort of daily like reading outside in the sun. I want to get my nails done this month. And then the health stuff. That's all like my self care focuses for the month. So I'm going to write that down. So schedule nail appointment. And then I also have read outside. I'm just going to say daily and see like how often can I do it, right? Why not? Vitamin D, great. And reading, great. So then the last section for me, oh no, actually I missed one. And then the other thing that I mentioned on here for my self care is I want to really keep up with the self care grooming that I already have in place because I can tend to fall off sometimes. Y'all ladies know how it is, like the shaving of the legs and the doing the face mask and all of that. But ultimately, like when I wrote down what my highest vision of myself was, at least in this moment, so what I want to, where I want to be, and where I am. When I looked at that, I recognized that I tap into those feelings a lot when I'm taking care of myself when it comes to like my beauty process. So when I'm doing my hair on a schedule, when I'm getting dressed every day, when I'm putting on, my little neutral makeup look every day, I tend to feel my best. And so I'm like, you know what? Let's not be lazy because I have had months for sure where I've had my hair in French braids for weeks and I'm not wearing any makeup at all and I'm walking around in leggings and it's just really easy to basically tap out of the emotion you want to feel. So that's something else that I have for my self-care that I'm going to write down is just um, follow, or yeah, I'm just going to say follow my grooming schedule or something. I know what it means. So, and that also involves me actually like kind of setting some rules around that, like setting some daily rules, like getting dressed every day. Did you get dressed today? um like for me, like making my bed was one of those things. Making my bed made me feel great in my house. Like every day I have a set home routine, like where I make sure the kitchen's clean, I make sure the couch is put together, I make sure my bed is made, and it makes me feel great mentally and physically in my home. And so now it's the same for like my appearance. Like I feel better when I look better. It's just that's just how it is, okay? Girls, you understand. Um so like I said, the last section was travel. And so for me this month, it's really just going to figure out where we want to go first. So I think we're going to start with like some like small road trips in Texas because there's a lot of amazing places to visit here. And we haven't traveled far here at all. We've gone to like South Padre, which is far, right? South Padre Island, we've gone a couple times, but then we've also gone to Austin quite a lot. And then I've been to Dallas with my mom, but we really want to like travel not just to these major cities, but also to these like there's a lot of really cool areas for learning that are here. So we're gonna figure out where first. That's it's not a 911 emergency to like go travel somewhere, um, but it's just figure out where we want to go first. Okay, so these are my goals for June 2021. I just wrote them all down with you guys. Wasn't that so exciting? Probably not, huh? You guys are probably like, man. But I just figured this might be fun. And then, like, the more of you that actually buy planners and stuff, like, we can all start getting, like, how cool would that be if we all start getting together on YouTube and, like, I don't know, maybe I could make a Facebook group or something and we can, like, actually get together and, like, plan out our months every month together. I don't know. That shit inspires me. That stuff is fun to me. Um, but anyways, I won't hold you guys any longer. We did set the goals for the month, but I wanted to show you what happens next. So what happens on the next page is you actually would break your goals into steps, and that's breaking them into the week. So like, what do you want to have done? So for your habits, you're not going to be writing these things down. It's going to, because you know these are things you want to do daily. But as far as like projects, so like me building that website for the graphic design business, me fixing the homepage for the SELAH brand, and then me doing the Facebook ads and the TikToks and all of that, um, I would need to break that down over the weeks of June. And being able to say, okay, for the first week of June, like I know this week, I really want to set in place, like, okay, let me get my ideas for my TikTok solidified for next week. And let me get those batch filmed so that, because this will be my first time filming that many in a row, and get them all set to go so that next week I can start unleashing them and I'll already have an idea of what I'm doing. Um, Things like working and upgrading the book of life course, it would be things like laying out the outline, filming videos, writing down, making worksheets, different things like that. When do I want to have all of that stuff done? So that's how I use this. And then this is the master to-do list that you get once a month, and this is just so you can keep everything that you feel like you need to do in order to accomplish your goals. You can list it. And so for me, again, this would be focused on my smaller tasks. So things like choosing where I want to travel, things like I would write down schedule nail appointment, go to nail appointment, and then all the different pieces that go along with building the website, creating the homepage, or updating the homepage and updating the course, things like that. And then all of the production behind the scenes. Like I would be writing down the physical steps that I need to take, not anything daily. I'm not going to write down, work out with Joe 4 days a week. I'm not going to write that down. What I will do though, and then here you have your monthly planner. So this is again for me. I use this for deadlines. What deadlines do I have? I want to have this done by what date, just so I know the important dates. I can flip to this really quick, and then you get to your actual weeks. And so this is where I would write out my actual daily things. So I would schedule, okay, I want to wash my hair on Saturday here. I want to work out with Joe. I want to do Monday through Friday. So let me schedule to write you like the time every day. because it might be a different time every day. Maybe I want to do a morning here, an afternoon here, or whatever. Um, Reading, I would just write down, did I read today and be able to check it off. Um, Write down like my beauty care routine as far as like, did I follow my beauty routine, my get ready routine? Did I do that today? Those would be things I write more in my dailies. And then the other thing as you go through your month as well that you get is you have your emotional check in, which plays a role in what I was talking about with your emotional spectrum. So that's pretty much, I'm just gonna, I like to use these clips so I can bookmark where I am so that as soon as I open my planner, basically how it happens is it'll open to the week that I'm in. I'll have access easily to the month that I'm in. And then I also have access to my first page, which is my 90-day goals. So that in a nutshell is me setting my goals for June. I don't want to hold you guys any longer. Plus, I'm hungry as all get out. I need to eat. I need to call my mom back. And I need to do my workout today. So I've got a lot of other things that I want to do today, but I just want to thank you guys for hanging with me. Leave me a comment below and let me know if you guys like this. The next time, I can talk a lot, you guys. So I'll try to make this shorter next time. I might maybe try. I won't be doing this till July anyway, but I figure this would be a cool way to do like a live once a month, and be able to really like sit down with you guys and just like share what's going on with me and stuff. And then the rest of the videos of the month can be like these pre-filmed vlog style, whatever kind of videos. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you want to do something like this again. And again, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you, and I will see you next time.